Of the game is underway. Norfleet on the goal line. And nowhere to go. He is wrapped up and thrown down at the 10. We had 451 yards passing in the game last year, the most ever against Ohio State by a Michigan quarterback. He'll pitch it, and a good run here off the left side. Drake Johnson, a gain of about.
Expect him to turn it loose.
He was banged up early in the year, starting to run a little bit better. We'll see if that has an impact today as Gardner throws deep, and it is intercepted at the 40-yard line.
An easy game, second play of the game. Let it roll, guys. He's trying to throw the ball to a check down simple, and then he gets off schedule and tries to float the ball over to Darboh. And this has been the Achilles heel of Michigan all season long.
And J.T. Barrett, Wichita Falls, Texas, hands it off. Ezekiel Elliott able to power for 6.
And we thought that maybe he would have the nerves, but early on it's been Devin Gardner.
Barrett will throw here on second down, and wide open is Michael Thomas, a first down to the Michigan 25-yard line.
Still a redshirt freshman. Get him a couple of quick throws.
On the option, here's Barrett keeping. He's inside the 20. Scored to give the Buckeyes the win, so he's played in big games, but obviously this is the biggest of his career to date. On 2nd and 3, a pass out on the flat, and Michigan to the ball. Evan Spencer dropped.
How many times this season, and despite the bad positions they've been put in, they're still a top 10 defense.
Here's Elliott getting the first down inside the 5. Elliott stretching for the goal line and out of bounds. Out at the 1, that'll be first.
Ezekiel Elliott is the player on Ohio State's offense that jumps off the tape when I watch. He is a physical player. You see the effort. Looks like he goes out just at the 1 yard.
They go empty here on first down and goal. As you saw in the replay, Elliott definitely short. And there's some movement. A penalty marker here on Ohio State.
Ball start. Offense number 54. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
He had Denard Robinson then a quarterback. An interception by Gardner to start this game, and now Ohio State looking to capitalize with a touchdown. Barrett dumping it off, and it's a touchdown for Nick Van Eck. The Buckeyes strike first.
Breaking Drew Brees' record for touchdowns responsible in one season. Quite a historic season for J.T. Barrett.
Didn't start well. 3 interceptions week 2 against Virginia Tech back on September 6th, but the Buckeyes have won 9 straight before in this rivalry. Obviously, though, turnovers are going to play a big role. If Michigan is going to get some takeaways, they can't give it away themselves as Norfleet is hit at the 20-yard line and dropped.
Offense.
Gardner trying to set up the screen. Ohio State all over it as Curtis Grant drops.
The senior right here, he's going to read screen. They've got blockers. Kalis 67 gets out but doesn't have his head on a swivel. Jack Miller, the center, not able to get to Curtis Grant, and that feels good as a senior to make that kind of.
111th in scoring, nationally 114th in yards. Going to be a run play here to Johnson, a big hole, and Johnson has the first down to the 31. That's a 5th.
Out of Devin Gardner's hands. Let this roll, guys. You can see on the inside. Let him run the ball in between the tackles. Protect the football. Get Drake Johnson a crease, downhill running, physical approach.
Fresh set of downs here for Gardner and company. Ohio State coming after Gardner. He's in trouble, and Gardner is sacked at the 20-yard line. Adolphus Washington was there first.
He just beats Kyle Kalis right here. This has been an Achilles heel for Michigan. You got to keep your head up, move your feet. Adolphus Washington and Michael Bennett, those two defensive tackles for Ohio State have created problems for offenses all year. And as soon as you try to double team those guys.
In the Big Ten, finalist for a lot of conference and national awards. He was back there as well. They're 2nd and 20, and they're going to run Norfleet. And he's wrapped up at the 24. A 3-yard pickup. Josh Perry. See if the Buckeyes come after Gardner. They blitzed him on first down and got him to the ground. And Gardner in trouble again and sacked. Untouched with screen. Here's Justice Hayes right here. He needs to block Dylan Lee off the edge and then release, but goes inside. Nobody blocks Lee, and that's just too easy. And it's the little things. Will Hogrup punting from his 5-yard line, and Jalen Marshall, who scored 4 consecutive touchdowns, he muffed it and scooped it up. And Marshall is loose inside the 40, bouncing off of tacklers and finally brought down. He won the Indiana game single-handedly last week. In East Lansing a few weeks ago.
During the return, holding number 34 in the return team. 10 yards from the end of the run.
Touchdown passes in a single year, breaking Troy Smith's mark. Here's Elliott picking a hole, down at the 35, a gain of 6. Taylor on the stop. Well, you talked at the top about the pressure that Barrett's facing. He's handled it well so far.
Well, certainly when you get a turnover early and now the second possession, proven it so far.
They'll keep it on the ground here with Elliott. First down and more. Inside the 30. Gain of close to 9.
Allowing him to gain confidence early.
First down inside the 30, Tom. And Barrett off play action. In trouble. And throws it away.
You know, it's amazing to prepare for that Virginia Tech game. It's not a surprise he was a little overmatched, but every week he's gotten better this season.
On second and long, nowhere for Elliott to go. You talked about Michigan having a good defense. They fly to the ball there on the lost
choice, and what a destination.
See what he can do here, Tom, on 3rd down and 15. Barrett with time. And a long throw that's incomplete. Try to hit Michael Thomas. And with the way Michigan's offense has struggled this year, makes sense. Rather than risk a missed field goal and give the Wolverines the ball at the 40-yard line. At the 41. And not what the Buckeye coaching staff had in mind. The Wolverines will take it, a touchback to Wisconsin. That game is on later this afternoon. Michigan takes over, first down on its 20, and a quick throw into the flat to Devin Funchess, and he's out to the 25 for a gain of 5 yards. Gardner so far with a good pickup on first down. Play fake here for Gardner, and hits Funchess again. It's a first down Michigan at the 32.
He's a run-pass threat. You get him on the perimeter, you put the defense in a dilemma. Do we come up and do we play him in the run, or do we defend coverage?
In the loss against Maryland, really their only chance to do anything offensively is for him to run the football.
Here's Johnson straight ahead, and this time he's wrapped up at the point of attack. They had success
in Indiana, so they've got some things they want to shore up in their front seven.
They spread it out here, go empty for Gardner. Second down and 9. And Gardner going to take off. And Gardner hit at the 40. He'll be stopped short.
Expect them to come off the football and run the ball.
They have a fullback, Joe Carriage, in. 3rd down for Michigan. Inside 4 minutes to go. And it's Carriage, the up man, getting the handoff and able to power past the marker for a first down. And Gardner has a ton of time looking deep. Single coverage going for Funchess. And it's caught inside the 15.
Football, then you come with the play action. It's just one-on-one coverage. Doran Grant, the corner on Devin Funchess, and the size advantage. Just throw the ball up, play basketball, go up and get a rebound. And 2 guys struggling with confidence. Devin Gardner and Devin Funchess both come up and make a.
And Michigan is in the red zone. Gardner in trouble, fires complete for the touchdown. Wide open is Jake Butt. As Gardner throws his first road touchdown pass. Barrett 3 of 6 passing. Elliott with a big hole. He's across the 30. He'll come up short of the first down, but still it's a 7-yard pickup. James Ross. Michigan trying to get bowl eligible. Ohio State looking to get to 11-1 and 8-0. Finish off another perfect Big Ten campaign under Coach Meyer. Here's Barrett going to keep, and he is drilled, but able to bounce off of the tackle and get the first down.
Talk about how smart JT Barrett is. We talk about how accurate he is throwing the football and then making good decisions. But look at the effort there. I mean, I really think that was the turning point of the season for Ohio State, and specifically JT Barrett and his leadership of this team.
Barrett to the air here on first down, in trouble. Barrett taking off, and Barrett gets hammered at the 43-yard line by Jake Ryan. Said he didn't recruit him at San Diego State. And here's Elliott in trouble, and he is slammed down for a loss at the 41-yard.
They bring a weak side pressure. Here's Ryan and Bolden both coming on the weak side to the field. Perfectly executed blitz. Great call from Greg Madison, who's one of the best.
And Barrett to throw, looking for Marshall, who's covered. Barrett taking off, and Ryan takes him down. Did he rule him down, or did they say he got him?
Was a lot of fun to watch.
Cameron Johnston, last time we saw him, he was getting chewed out by the Buckeye coaching staff. And trying to pin Michigan deep here. Norfleet will let it go. And the Buckeyes will down this one at the 5-yard line. I think the reception
situation, you may have a chance.
First down at the Wolverine 5-yard line. After that great punt, here's Johnson, finds a hole. Out past the 10. Von Bell on the stop.
Still struggling in pass pro, but if you can run the football and play good defense, you have a chance.
2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground with Johnson. Got Carriage out there, springing him to the 20. Great block by the fullback, and it's a gain of
underrated players of this Michigan team. Take a look, number 36 on the outside gets a block.
Michigan with more yards than Ohio State as Gardner looks deep, had protection, and going for Funchess. Another catch made by Funchess, a first down.
The most forceful throw. This ball kind of labored out there. The ball's behind Funchess. He does a nice job of coming back and getting that ball. That's been kind of the MO for Devin Gardner, getting 6 for 6.
Another first down. Here's Funchess juggling, now securing, and wrapped up at the 46-yard line. Let's check in with Robert Flores in the studio. Devin Gardner now 7 of 8 passing, 7 straight completions after the pick. Here's Johnson, grabbed from behind by Adolphus Washington, and tackled. 3rd down and 2. Play action. Gardner has a completion and a first down, and Carriage is carrying defenders with him inside the 45.
The shadow of its own goal line. Running play, and then makes this adjustment to the ball thrown a little bit behind him. Big first down for Michigan.
And 8 straight completions now for Gardner. Carriage has maybe been the MVP so far. First down at the Ohio State 42. Here comes a play fake, and Gardner in trouble, hit, and the arm was going forward. It's an incompletion. Joey Bosa got pressure.
Adolphus Washington is just getting off the football on Kyle Kalis. The ball coming forward. Bosa's there as well, but Adolphus Washington gets there first. And if Michigan's going to throw the ball, first down,
three-dimensional. You got to respect play action. You got to respect Gardner running the football as well. He's to the 36 here, a gain of 6 before Perry brings him down. And they're in 3rd and manageable. 4. Bring Norfleet into the backfield. Here's a blitz. Gardner dumps it off to Norfleet, and it's a beautiful call. Norfleet hurdling teammates and Buckeyes to get the first.
Sorry, Dave, they take advantage of the best player for Ohio State, Joey Bosa. Take a look. They don't even block him. They just say, you rush the passer and we'll dump it out. And then they release Mason Cole downfield. Passes behind the line of scrimmage. Very well designed. And probably when you call that timeout, you get a chance to call that play on the sideline.
First down inside the Buckeye 30. Johnson met at the line of scrimmage and driven back. True freshman right far in the game. Gardner inside the 25, breaks a tackle, and inside the 15-yard line for another Michigan first.
And the backup tight end, Heitzman, number 92, comes out, gets a nice block on Perry there. And this is what he does best, Dave. Get him outside of the pocket, let him use his athletic ability. People forget sometimes that he was a wide receiver. He has the moves and the speed once he gets out of the pocket.
Including 451 against Ohio State, 503 against Indiana a year ago. Here's Johnson. He's smothered at the line of scrimmage by Steve Miller.
Play of this drive, and Michigan continues not to make that error.
They've had the ball for 6.5 minutes on this possession. Gardner to the air on 2nd down and 9. Feeling a little pressure and threw it over the head of Amara Darby. Michigan, though, can take the lead. 3rd down and 9 here for the Wolverines at the 12-yard line.
They love to get the ball to Devin Funchess at the top of the screen.
Gardner steps up and runs, and he's outside to the 5. Gardner hit and out of bounds, and he was close to the 1st down.
This was a designed pass, and Devin Gardner just decides to tuck it and run and then extends. Great athletic ability. We've seen him do that throughout his career around the goal line. Uses athletic ability to extend the football.
You could argue this is the best drive all year for Michigan. It starts. Here's Johnson powering to the goal line and in. Touchdown Michigan. And the Wolverines take the lead. A 15-play.
And it's just power by Drake Johnson. He gets stopped by Michael Bennett there, 63. And he just keeps pumping his legs. Tyvis Powell had a chance. And that final effort gets him
in. Touchdown. The worst start you could possibly have for the Wolverines, but what a response on the session. Started in Michigan territory. They scored on the first one, but then had to punt on the second one. It'll be a touchback. It will come out to the 25 for the Buckeyes. Time now for today's Aflac trivia question.
Seat for that one.
So offsetting personal fouls. A lot of talk this week here in Columbus when it was made known to the players by Coach Urban Meyer that missed from the team. And you see Worley getting into it for Ohio State, along with have 3 players ejected after a fight in the game last year in Ann Arbor. And Elliott not much off the right side. Again at the point.
Not be a good thing. They need to get some rhythm.
Elliott trying to get the corner across the 30-yard line. He'll come up short of the 1st down. Lost his helmet, so he's got to come out for a play. We're even
195 pounds in the game.
51 attempts on the year for Samuel. 3rd down and 1. And hit is Samuel for a loss. Michigan all over that. It's
Chap. You're going to see him. He's right here in the middle of the field. He reads it perfectly. Nobody blocks him. Miscommunication up front by Ohio State on the offensive line. Best player for Michigan, the Mike linebacker, on 3rd and short. You might want to block.
Trouble running the football, short yardage situations. They've got a punt again here. 3rd straight punt. Norfleet signaling. And a fair catch made around the 28-yard line. In Ohio State's hopes of getting in the college football playoff. Here's Drake Johnson. Cuts it back, and he gets pulverized by Steve Miller.
This rivalry, take a look, real speed. You talk to any offense.
Ohio State needed something like that. See if that turns the tide a little bit. Gardner getting outside the pocket and dumping it off. A beautiful play to Justice Hayes for a 1st down.
So they're putting him in no man's land. If you can't block him, then just try to fool him. And so far, using the athletic ability of Devin Gardner, you can see Joey Bosa, and he will affect this game at some point.
Defense for Ohio State has been on the field for 16 minutes. Play fake for Gardner. And going to the sideline. Excellent throw and catch inside the 45 by Jake Butt. Pressure.
You mentioned a great throw and catch. Jake Butt, one of the most talented players on this Michigan team, clearly gets that left foot in. And you mentioned it, under pressure. I think Devin Gardner knows in this game he's going to have to throw for under pressure. Michael Bennett, you can't.
Ohio State territory, nearing 4 minutes to go here in the half. A pitch to Johnson on 1st down. Looking for the cutback. Penalty flag down. Johnson tackled at the 41 by Bennett. The success that he had in those games.
Holy. Offense number 82. 10 yards from the previous spot.
First pass, which is as ugly as it gets.
He's been 10 of 13 since that pick. And a throw here on 1st down and 20. And wide open in the middle of the field, Darbo. And it's ruled incomplete. He trapped. Let's see.
Well, Darbo was wide open. The ball is thrown low. Looks like, get another look at it here. Oh, the ball goes to the ground. He cupped it. He had his hands underneath it, but when he rolled over, that ball definitely touched the grass.
At the Michigan 46. Play clock at 1. Another pass play. Gardner in trouble. Level. The sack by Bennett. Michigan going for the Buckeyes.
Yep. Here's Michael Bennett and here's Joey Bosa. When they decide to run a stunt in a passing situation, they are almost impossible to block. Bosa with the quickness and the left tackle, left guard combination for Michigan overmatched.
They'll keep it on the ground here, play it safe with Justice Hayes. And he's to the 45-yard line before Perry makes the tackle.
This game tied.
Auger up, good punter. And a kick it deep to Marshall, who's only had his hands on the ball once, and that was on a punt return, and he muffed it. That one hit out of bounds inside the 20. 2-0 as head coach against Michigan, but trailing here by 7 late in the second quarter. Barrett off a play fake. Everybody covered. And Barrett's pass incomplete. Intended positive. Barrett 3 of 8 passing. And a design quarterback run. Barrett powers for the first down. Took a penalty marker down. And again, everybody covered downfield. Another flag is thrown. And Barrett gets popped by Ryan.
There were 2 fouls on the play, both by the offense. Illegal shift on the offense. That penalty is declined. Personal foul, face mask. Offense number 50. 15 yards from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
That's on center Jacoby Bourne, and so now Ohio State will be backed up. And Barrett has missed his last since Indiana came back to win. Little shovel pass here to Corey Smith, and he has stood up at the 20-yard line. A game about
the hands of your playmakers in space. That's the premise of this offense. They need to start doing that.
And Barrett's pass pulled in, and breaking a tackle is Michael Thomas. They get about 4th State. 3rd down and 2. Empty set here. And now you see Elliott. Barrett faking it to him and going to take off. Breaks a tackle, gets the first down, stays in bounds before he's run out at the 49 by Charlton. Like that.
Well, an athletic, but look at the decision. If he throws that swing pass, it'd be tipped and incomplete or intercepted. So the decisions that J.T. Barrett has been making this season.
And Barrett to the air. And got a man coming open and making the catch is Corey Smith. He came in with only 12 grabs. Ohio State trying to get up to the line here, and definitely a catch
against Indiana. And the ball was a little bit low. Ball one time it was high. If J.T. Barrett hits Corey Smith in stride there, that might have scored on a touchdown. Those are the little things, though, right? You forget that this kid's a redshirt freshman, and he's still learning the game and still getting comfortable. And Urban Meyer, in talking to Ohio State, loves to take a shot at him.
Off play action, and Barrett gonna take a shot inside the 5. The catch is made, but out of bounds was Devin Smith. Maybe 9 seconds left.
I think Michigan was thinking the same thing. In this kind of scenario, they're going to take the shot. Blake Countess in great position there, and Devin Smith unable to come down with the football.
Yeah, clearly incomplete, and he would have been out of bounds anyway. Barrett again to the air. Going to swing it to Samuel inside the 30, and he gets hammered out of play by Ben Gideon. He got the first. Sorry, with those 2 timeouts, 23 seconds on the clock. We'll see how Michigan handles this. Barrett going to take a shot to the end zone. Jump ball broken up. Intended for Thomas. Jordan
back to back. 3 plays, 2 shots downfield. Jordan Lewis in perfect position, looking back for the football, confident that he's in position. And we're talking with Greg Madison. this week about Jordan Lewis. He says he's going to be an outstanding.
A 43 or 44-yard field goal try from here. Barrett with time, pumps, now steps up and runs. Inside the 20, inside the 10, Barrett to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. He scores with 7 seconds left in the half. Now Clinton kicking off. And Norfleet past the 10. Penalty marker down. Norfleet isn't though. Norfleet finally brought down to the 28. No time remaining in the half, but let's see what the penalty marker is for. Here.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 36 return team. That penalty's declined. Halftime.
Well, Ohio State was ahead. Buckeyes will get the ball to start the second half. Curtis Samuel, Evan Spencer are deep while kicking off. Short kickoff, and here is Samuel across the 20-yard line. And up to the 28.
Ball with momentum coming off of that touchdown drive.
And here's Barrett on the keeper on first down. Ahead of the 31 for about 3. Let's check in with Tom Luganville.
Well, guys, we heard
has accounted for 8 touchdowns this year as Barrett keeps and gets dropped after a gain of 1. 80% completion percentage for Barrett so far in the game. 3rd down and 6. And wide open is Jeff Hireman, the tight end, in the middle of the field. It's a first down.
This was really easy. You see Jalen Marshall, he clears out. A lot of attention. Jake Ryan runs with him, and nobody.
Catch on the year for Hireman, his 33rd career start. A fresh set of downs for the Buckeyes. Another pass play. Barrett gonna air it out, going deep, and the pass is on the money. Caught inside the 5 by Devin Smith.
Smith has been the big play wide receiver for Ohio State for a long time. You give J.T. Barrett that amount of time in the pocket, and
Barrett gets a block from Elliott, and Barrett finds pay dirt. Buckeyes back on top. It's time. Barrett has 2 touchdowns.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness.
Berger on for the point after. And it's back to a 7-point Ohio State lead.
And
Ohio State is kicking off from midfield. And Norfleet, no intention of running it out. Touchback, and will come out to the 25.
Everybody's gotten a note.
On 7, didn't seem to phase Michigan in the first half. Couple of nifty fakes there, run and pass fake, and then they hand it off to Johnson. Let's go to the studio and check in with Robert. And here it's 21-14, Ohio State. Michigan on 2nd down running, and Johnson is wrapped up by Joe. Johnson between the tackles, first down and more. Great run as Johnson splatters the pile and moves it out to the 42 for an 8.
But Drake Johnson shows you he can get behind his pads. He runs right over Grant, the middle linebacker. And that's the kind of run that you can get some momentum built off. It's been a physical game. We saw some big hits in the.
From the Michigan 42, Gardner, he's going to try a deep ball. It's underthrown and incomplete. Intended for Amara Darboh.
Take an aggressive shot downfield, but don't do it in a 2-deep coverage. Here you got 2 guys for 1, and Tyvis Powell's in good position. He's looking at the quarterback, and that ball underthrown, and Devin Gardner is fortunate that that ball was not intercepted by Tyvis Powell.
Gonna hand it off here. Norfleet with a crease into Buckeye territory, and a penalty flag comes soaring in from the back.
10 yards to shot foul. 2nd down.
A caught on Jake Butt. That's the 2nd Michigan, 2 in the country, fewest penalties per game.
Had it on Butt right there, trying to disengage.
Kettering, Ohio native, about an hour from Columbus, but he was a Michigan fan growing up. as Gardner dumps it off, and wide open is Johnson, and Johnson takes on a defender, Durant.
Number 36, the halfback, he's going to pick up Grant, the blitzing linebacker, and the blitz leaves the flat open for Drake Johnson. Good recognition from Devin Gardner, and puts himself in a manageable situation here, a third and
Gardner to the air, and Gardner gets hit, and Funchess able to catch up to it on the sideline.
Well, and it's been this route to the outside predominantly. He definitely had the left foot in and looked like he had control of that football. The ball floated because Gardner got hit. It's Bosa, and Michigan can't block 97. They have to just throw the ball quick if they're going to throw it at all.
Here's Johnson between the tackles, and stuffed at the 30. Curtis Grant, Michael Bennett in there. A 3-yard pick. Second down and 6. Inside the Buckeye 30. Pressure coming. Gardner in trouble. Gets rid of it. And it's incomplete. Is there a receiver in the area?
You're going to see they're going to set up. Here's Johnson here. They're just going to set up a little screen. And eventually there's going to be pressure pretty quickly. He gets knocked off and held. Could have called holding on Michael Bennett. And then they throw the football away. So
Drake Johnson was on the ground. Penalty flag down, might be a free play. Gardner in trouble, fumbled the ball. It's recovered by Ohio State.
Offside. Defense number 97. 5-yard penalty. Repeat third down.
That's on Bosa. It'll be. It's Carriage on 3rd and 1, and he's able to get it. He was met at the point of attack and just powered through a tackle to move the chains.
At some point in this game, and it's who wants it more. And Joe Carriage has made play after play, blocking, catching the ball out of the backfield on 3rd and 3.
With the play clock down to 6, they've already burned a timeout on this possession. Here's the pitch. Johnson going to throw it back. Gardner, the former receiver, catches it inside the 10. 1st and goal inside the 5 for the Wolverines.
He's going to empty the tank. They're going to pitch it out, and then the quarterback is just going to release out the backside. And Drake Johnson completes that ball to Devin Gardner. You knew, and you get in that red zone fringe area where teams like to.
All tight ends and 2 backs here. Power football, likely on 1st and goal inside the 5. Johnson into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. Joe Carriage is lighting people up. The Michigan fullback springing Drake Johnson, who's shaken up after scoring his 2nd touchdown of the game.
A touchdown for Michigan to tie it up, but how costly in the end. Well, he knew right away. He grabbed that left knee right away.
And he's been getting the bulk of the carries here today. We've seen Justice Hayes a couple times. Davion Smith hasn't played often.
You know, he looked like he made a cut at the 2-yard line, a pretty severe cut, and I don't know that he didn't hurt the knee on the cut before he got in the end zone.
All right, non-contact. Yard drive in the first half, and now a 12-play, 75-yard drive in the second half, and after the point after. And again, Ohio State finds itself in a close game in the second half here at home. Just like last week against Indiana before the Buckeyes eventually pulled away. Here's Samuel on the return for the Buckeyes. And good coverage by Michigan. Samuel tackled short of the 20. Checking with Tom.
Guys,
deceiving because they had all those rushing yards lost on the sacks by Ohio State taking down Gardner. Out of an empty set, Barrett on the run here on 1st down. And Barrett gang tackled to the 25-yard line, 5 or 6 yards on 1st and 10 on offense for Ohio State. 2nd down and 5. Elliott able to move the pile past the 1st down marker. Going to run Elliott again. And he's to the 35-yard line. Chris Wormley on the tackle, but they're getting 4 or 5 yards now on 1st down. 2nd down and long. And here's Barrett. And good tackle there at the ankles by Joe Bolden.
Let's kill defenses. This counter game with the quarterback. He comes to the weak side. If Joe Bolden does not make this shoestring tackle, J.T. Barrett's this Michigan defense is anything.
Ohio State trying to keep the drive going with a quarterback run. Barrett bouncing off of a tackle and gets the first down.
He's another running back there, and when he gets his shoulder pads vertical downfield, you see that he runs right over Joe Bolden. A normal quarterback against a linebacker like that,
I think a lot depends on what happens the rest of this season with regard to who the quarterback is. Barrett with time, and Barrett now has to step up with everybody covered, and Barrett gets back to the line of scrimmage. Mario
innately with a quarterback.
They run Elliott straight ahead, and he's to the 47. What happens, though, if you lose to Michigan? And you've said before, you're judged on how you play against. Let's try to air it out. Barrett back to throw. Barrett hit, and he still delivers a strike. A first down catch by Mike. Now, there is a penalty marker down on the far side of the field.
There is no foul for a defensive foul in the previous play. First down.
You asked me why J.T. Barrett in tight coverage, a blitz right up the middle. You stand in there, look down the barrel of the gun, and fire that ball in the only place that Michael Thomas can make that play. That right there is the reason why J.T. Barrett, in my opinion.
Minutes to go in the third. We are tied at 21. And now Barrett pulling it back, and wide open Nick Van Ness, who scored a first half touchdown, gets a huge block. Finally tackled inside the 25-yard gain.
Again, a great read. The open receiver, he finds him. Take a look at Corey Smith. Great block, a clean block, most importantly, but a great block by Corey Smith.
And on the move, looking to retake the lead. Here's a pitch to Elliott inside the 20 and upended. Ohio State picking up the tempo here. Barrett pumps and now in trouble in the pocket. Being chased from behind and gets rid of it. And Barrett.
Great coverage on the outside. Take a look at the coverage out here. They're going to try to get the slip screen, the pump on the slip screen, and then downfield. But Delano Hill, number 44, the safety, doesn't bite. And that allows Taco Charlton to get in the backfield.
And here's Jalen Marshall getting a touch on third down. And Marshall inside the 10. Banged out a play at the 7, but it's first and goal Buckeyes.
Perimeter with great blocking. Look at Ezekiel Elliott. He gets a great block. We know that he's an unselfish player. And then a little move on Joe Bolden, an easy conversion.
Barrett off the edge, down to the 5-yard line. Ryan Glasgow eventually got Barrett down, but it took a while. Soda. Second and goal. Barrett looking, and the pass incomplete. Hit the back pylon, intended for Corey Smith, but they're going to throw a penalty mark like he interfered with Smith.
There's nowhere to throw that football. Delano Hill was in between the receiver and J.T. Barrett.
Pass interference, defense, number 35. Foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
Let's take a look at Bolden. He's in the flat, trying to cover Ezekiel Elliott.
Like a good call. The pass was way off target. And now Barrett handing it off. Elliott powers in. Touchdown, Ohio State. Did his knee hit before the ball crossed the plane?
No, I think he's in there. It's pretty clear. Knee crossed that plane of the goal line before that knee went down.
And Nurnberger makes it a 7-point lead again for Ohio State with just over a minute remaining here in the third quarter. Michigan's top tailback in this game, Drake Johnson, will he be available after getting injured on that touchdown run? Going to be a touchback out to the 25. Let's check it. Different style of back. Play fake. Gardner on the rollout. In trouble. Trying to stiff arm. And Gardner throws it away. He was hand fighting with He motions Smith out of the backfield. Quarterback run. And there's nowhere for Gardner to go. He takes a big hit from Michael Bennett. Only a 2-yard pickup. So rivalry games. And now with playoff implications. Michigan on 3rd and 8. Gardner's pass is low and incomplete. Intended for Darboh. There is pressure on it. It hit the ground. Now it can hit the ground if you control it, but it didn't seem that Darboh had control of it. Looked like he trapped it. See the official looking on. Now, if it stands, this will be the first 3 and out for Michigan today.
It's hard to tell from that angle. As you said, the official was looking right at it. He's only about 6 or 7 yards away.
Yeah, it looks like it's an incompletion.
After further review, the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass stands. 4th down.
So 4th down. Yeah, they faked a punt last week and it worked against Maryland, but they'll kick it here. And it's a good punt. Marshall backing up. It takes a Michigan bounce inside the 25. And so Ohio State with 2 seconds left. They get 1 second left in the quarter. On the 4th quarter, if Ohio State were to win, about how this would impact where they end up in the rankings. They're going to run Elliott on 1st down. And he's across the 30 and gets almost a 1st down. Picked up 9 on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Ohio State 1-3, and they set a record today in the 111th meeting with Michigan. Over 108,600 on hand. Buckeyes with a 2nd down and 1. And Barrett in trouble in the backfield is brought down for a loss by Ojemudia. Some pushing and shoving after the play. We haven't seen a lot of extracurricular activity in this game, as Barrett, a sophomore from Cleveland, is the next man up. Oh man, look at the legs there, with Ojemudia having made the tackle, and boy, that looks bad.
Fighting for some extra yardage, and Ojemudia gets him, and he kind of comes down the back of his leg. Devin Gardner comes out to check on him, and
it was the foot also. You could see the foot and the right leg, right knee, I should say. Cardale Jones on the season, mostly in mop-up duty. 14 pass attempts, 24 carries. And it's up to him for now for Ohio State. And on 3rd and 2, he is trying to push to get the 1st down, and it will be close. Ryan Monet was there for Michigan. Great
twice in one season. You have this emotional loss, and we'll see if they can respond and how Cardale Jones can respond.
Great punt by Johnson. The Buckeyes trying to keep it from going into the end zone, and no, it crossed the here. 67-yard punt. And that's a touchback. Pretty easy call there for the official. They were right on top of it. So obviously this is
it's been phenomenal, and certainly you're going to have, as you see, Michigan nowhere to run in between the tackles. You're going to have that conversation.
And a loss of 1 for Davion Smith on 1st down. Now it's Gardner trying to get outside, and he's pushed out of play and did pick up a couple yards to the 22, but Gardner stepping up, looking for a running lane, and he can't find it. And he lost his lid on the play as well. Raekwon McMillan on the tackle. Now a flag.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 97. 15 yards from the end of the run. Automatic 1st down.
You got to hold up if you're Joey Bosa there.
Well, that's the penalty on Joey Bosa. Remember, he was offsides in the 1st half. That led to a Michigan touchdown, and that's just uncalled for there. You rip the helmet off. It's a face mask call, and then you rip it off. I mean, it's just not smart. It's not smart when you have the momentum in the 2nd half.
Another pass on 1st down. Gardner dumps it off. Carriage. And he is up near the 47-yard line. Darren JT. Obviously, people here recognize what Barrett has meant to Ohio State this year. And here's Smith. And he's able to get the first down into Buckeye territory to the 46-yard line. An unnecessary roughness penalty for Joey Bosa ripping off Gardner's helmet. Play action on first down. Gardner stepping up. And Gardner looking for running room. Inside the 40. Gardner working hard. Gets the first down to the 30.
Getting sacked and fumble in the pocket. And somehow he gets out of there. Bosa's there. Bennett's there. And then Grant tries to get him on the ground. You heard Urban Meyer.
Incredible lows in his senior year, but can go off on the highest of notes with a win at Ohio State. Northlead in trouble, brought down for a loss. About 2 or 3 as we 3-yard loss. He was shaken up on that play as well. Play clock at 4, second and long, and no running room there. Smith brought down by Darren Lee, who knifed it.
There's a delay here. Here he comes. And this is a play you got to check out of if you're Devin Gardner. You got to see that play coming, that blitz off the end.
Though outside of 40 yards this year. Gardner, and that one is nearly intercepted. Von Bell, who picked off.
Von Bell has come on this season, playing that safety position. Great break on the ball. It would have been a completion. I don't think it would have been a first down.
Auger up trying to pin the Buckeyes deep. This will hit inside the 5 and go into the end zone. So a touchback. Start of the year as the number 3 quarterback. Here's Elliott, and he gets about 4. Gain of 4 on the play. Tom Luganville, our ESPN national.
That's what you're seeing right now with Jalen Marshall at quarterback.
And Marshall picks a hole and has the first down out near the 35. Again, Marshall.
Vision and speed. A penalty flag down to go to that wildcat formation as a changeup.
Ball start. Offense number 86. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Yeah, but they want
Number 12 right there.
on first and 15. Jones will throw, and that one off target. Try to hit Michael Thomas. They shift Elliott across the formation. Quarterback run. Jones past the 30, turns it upfield. And Jones tripped up, but after he got the first down on second and 15.
Shows that he can run as well. They had the perfect play call. They brought a blitz from the field. Greg Madison trying to dial up the pressure.
He hired him. They had never met. Just talked on the phone and got together. And eventually Herman was hired as Elliott, out of pound between the tackles, gets to about midfield for a 3-yard pickup. 7 minutes and count. They'll try to get lined up. Second down and 8. Here comes Marshall. That touch pass to Marshall, and he can't get the corner. Well defended by the Wolverines. Only a 1-yard pickup. Ojemudia had the edge that time along with Wilson. Jones going to swing it out, and Corey Smith fighting for the first down, and it looks
Great effort by Smith on the sideline. He drives for 3 yards plus. That was a good spot.
Jones, the quarterback. Elliott has the first down and more, and Elliott's going to have a touchdown. On 4th and 1, Elliott takes it to the house.
To make that call and execute it to perfection, you got a great chance of winning the football game, and that's
The game, but didn't want to take away from Luke Fickell and cause a distraction by being on the air that day, so asked off, and then was later named the head coach of the Buckeyes. The rumors were going on at that point. Northlead past the 20-yard line. Michigan will have it at the 22.
Let's go back and take a look at the touchdown. You think after how he's played in this game, specifically without the ball in his hands, unselfish blocking in the passing game and in the running game.
Now Devin Gardner down 2 scores, needs to work fast. A completion out near the 17-yard line is Jake Butt. And Elliott, everybody talks
Type purpose, but he's kind of like in basketball, they move without the football in his hands. He does a great job.
Diving to make the catch at the 38-yard change.
He's had an opportunity to make a couple of these kinds of plays in this game. Nice job.
His tenure at Michigan be over after 4 seasons. Here comes a blitz. It's picked up. Gardner, though, is wrapped up by Bosa. The ball's out. Darren Lee's got it for Ohio State. Going for the exclamation point. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
All of a sudden, the style points are there.
42-21 with 4 minutes.
Committee, how they will look at Ohio State led by a Cardale Jones versus a JT Barrett.
It'll be a touchback here, and so let's go to Robert in the studio. Basically won that game, and now Barrett unlikely to play in that contest.
Oh, and it's the one thing that I don't know how the committee is going to do this. I don't know how they're going to look at injury. You see this completion of Jake Butt. I don't know how they're going to treat this injury. They've implied that it's going to Barrett was. And if he would have entered this game, he potentially could have gone on and won the Big Ten championship and won the national championship for all I know. But the thing is, we don't know. And so how do you judge that as a committee?
He's got a couple games left. Florida State floating. A lot can happen. They can move up in the standings by virtue of other teams losing. Another sack for Bosa. The helmet of Gardner comes off again.
Final assessments.
Yeah, I mean, again, if they win out and other teams lose in front of them, they'll be in the top 4 because of those teams falling. As Gardner throws, and it is caught by Funchess for a first down.
And I actually talked with him this week, and I think he's uniquely qualified to take this program in the position it is now, in the pivotal moment that it is now, and back on track.
4th down and 2. Michigan has to go for it down 3 scores with 2:14 left. And Gardner will take off, and Gardner gets the first down. Now you mentioned that Hackett.
You try this on, and it's sometimes you fall in love with a position, and he's come to the rescue of this program in a very dire situation with Dave Brandon, the resignation, the on the field product, the off the field product. What's going on in the university? There's a lot going on. And I think Jim Hackett has the skill set to manage all that and take it in the right direction.
Darbo gets the first down. The same emphasis. He was unfamiliar with the rivalry. He knew about it, but didn't have as deep a roots as Brady Hoke did.
Brady Hoke's a great man, great person, and he's a good football coach.
Gardner's pass overthrown. There's a flag down. Funchess, the intended receiver.
But at the end of the day, we know this is a production business, and it's a
Holding. Defense number 13. 10 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
There's really 3 things in classes that were very strong in that area that haven't come to fruition just yet.
Gardner going to the end zone, and another flag as Apple had his back turned. Freddie Canteen.
Pass interference. Defense number 13. 15 yards from the previous spot.
Thought really that was going to suit Devin Gardner. As Gardner rolls out and throws. And a catch made for a touchdown by Canteen. Got the foot down.
great catch from. You have that foot down. Yeah, that left foot was down. They had high hopes for Freddie Canteen. Had a great spring coming into fall camp. They thought he was going to be a major
development. Now that's obviously something that has lacked the last few years. We'll see if that changes in the future. Let's go back to the studio with a 14-point
and execute this offense, and it's no surprise that his teammates love him unconditionally.
Here's the onside kick by Michigan, and an easy recovery for Evan Spencer of Ohio State. Ohio State team since then, but how will they change with a different quarterback going forward? And they will knock off Michigan for the 10th time in the last 11 years.
On the year, we're going to find out if he has what it takes.
Jones takes a knee, and that's it. Ohio State will go watch Minnesota, Wisconsin to see who the Buckeyes will play in the Big Ten championship game next week.